Have you ever just stopped and thought about how it just works? It turns out that behind every website you use, there's this kind of silent partnership going on. It's almost like there are two different brains working together, one that you see and interact with, and another one that works completely behind the scenes.
You know that feeling, right? When you put something in your shopping cart, leave, and come back hours later and it's still there. Or when a site greets you by name? Well, that isn't magic. It's really just the result of those two brains having a quiet, constant conversation.
You see, in the early days, the web was mostly made of what we call static pages. They were kind of like digital brochures where everyone saw the exact same thing. But today, it's a whole different world. The web is dynamic. Pages are interactive, they're personalized, and they're always changing. And all of that life comes from those two brains working together perfectly.
Okay, so let's start with the first brain. This is the one that's working tirelessly behind the curtain. We'll call it the server's brain. And it does all its thinking on a really powerful computer, a web server, that could be sitting literally anywhere in the world.
This brain uses something called server-side scripting. Languages like PHP are the real workhorses here. Their main job is to process information and build a web page that's customized specifically for you, all in just a few milliseconds before it's sent across the internet to your screen.
And here's the really important part. This little piece of PHP code you see here, it never actually makes it to your computer. Nope. Instead, the server reads this and thinks, okay, I need to figure out what day it is. It finds the answer, replaces the code with, say, today is Tuesday, and then sends that final, simple web page on its way.
So the server's brain is really handling all the heavy lifting. It's what connects to databases to grab your user profile, it checks your password when you try to log in, and it pieces together a custom web page just for you. It's basically the memory and the logic of the entire website.
All right, so once that customized page arrives at your computer, the second brain gets to work. This is the browser's brain, and it lives and works right inside your web browser, your Chrome, your Firefox, whatever you use.
Now, this brain uses client-side scripting, and the undisputed king of this world is JavaScript. Unlike PHP, JavaScript code is actually sent directly to your browser to be run there. Its whole purpose is to make the page you're looking at interactive and feel alive, without having to bother the server for every tiny little thing.
And you can really see the difference right here. This little snippet of JavaScript runs directly on your machine. When your browser sees this script, it just follows the command and writes "Hello World" right onto the page. And because it's all happening locally, the response feels completely instant.
Think about this for a second. You're filling out a form online, right? You type your email, and before you even hit submit, a little message pops up if you forgot the @ symbol. How on earth does it know so fast?
Yep, and that's the browser's brain doing its thing. JavaScript can use some pretty simple logic, like an if this, then that statement, to check what you're typing in real time. It gives you that immediate feedback without the delay of sending your info all the way back to the server and waiting for it to reply.
So you see, it's not that one brain is better or smarter than the other. They're just specialized for totally different tasks. The real magic of the modern web happens in that handshake between them and how they communicate and work together.
This little diagram shows that whole dance perfectly. It all starts with you, in your browser, making a request. That request zips across the internet to the server. That's when the server's brain takes over, figures out what you need, grabs the data, and builds the page. Finally, it sends that finished page back to you, where your browser's brain brings it to life and makes it interactive.
You know, here's a really simple way to sum it all up. Just think of it like this. PHP handles all the main heavy-duty work on the web server, while JavaScript takes care of how the web page looks and feels right in front of you.
And now that you know about these two brains, I have a feeling you're going to start seeing their work everywhere you look. It's kind of like learning to see the code in the matrix.
So here is a little challenge for you. The next time you're online, just try to notice the difference. If you click a button and something on the page changes instantly, like a menu dropping down, that's almost always the browser's brain. But if you click something and you see that little loading icon, even for a split second as new stuff appears, that's the server's brain, working away in the background to fetch something new for you.
So the next time you're browsing, just remember that silent, constant conversation happening between that powerful brain on some distant server and the quick, nimble brain right inside your own browser. It's this partnership that makes the web feel so alive. It really is the hidden architecture of our digital world.